Very pleased with where we're at so far. Coach V talks about it a lot. The growth we've made from 15 spring practices through 6 fall camp practices right now as a holistic offensively, but especially in my room, I've been really pleased. The chemistry is starting to show in some of the groups. We got some guys that are really, really playing consistent ball, and with what we see day to day on defense, you have to have great eye discipline and great technique, and we're challenged every single day. And those guys have answered the bell every day. My biggest thing that I enjoy is just the energy and enthusiasm every day. It's electric in the meeting room. It's electric on the field. These guys are just excited to play with one another, and especially in our room, that's a major, major part of it. I talk about, we're the straw that stirs the drink. If we don't have energy, if we're not excited, how can we expect the skill guys to be that way? And obviously, we got to bring that juice every day, and we understand that, and they've answered the bell wholeheartedly.
I've never really been part of a closer line than this one. I think every day we come out here and, we try and be the gold standard, be the best of the best. Brotherhood, I think, we all come together whenever we're down. We pick each other up. Someone's wrong, we get them right. So everyone's just really close this year.
This is the closest unit I've ever been a part of. Every day, even when we're not, when we don't have to be here, we're up here in the O-line room, we're hanging out, we're spending time together, we're gelling. And then as far as on the field, we're the most physical unit on the field. We kill everybody that's in front of us, and we take names while we do it. Kind of new for me. We had a new coaching staff. There was a lot of learning, a lot of stuff. We had the weight room getting done. We had to work out in the tent. It was a lot of new. So as far as getting ready for the season, it was a really good experience as an older guy to finally experience new, and it just kind of lit a fire in us and made us ready to go.
Cody Burkeen and Will Bresty at guard have really, really been playing some consistent ball. They're physical. They really have an unbelievable understanding of our offense and just of their position. They're really kind of the anchors on either side. Been really pleased, honestly. Greg Knox at tackle. He's probably stood up the most as far as just the improvement from the spring to fall right now. I know Greg's played, and he's an experienced guy. The true tackle edge body you want, really great length and athleticism. Been really pleased with Sam Liu, too. This is his first fall camp as a redshirt freshman after being injured last year. He's running with the ones, making the calls, getting us lined up, and his growth from a mental standpoint has been what I've been the most impressed with. I've had a long-standing relationship with Sam. He was committed to me at another school, and so unique for the stars align for me to get to coach him, and he's proven me right. Everything I thought about him when he was coming out of high school, he's exactly that. He's violent, he's very strong, and like I said, his mental part of the game is really raised. And Eric Oschenbeck and Reagan Gill have been really battling at the right tackle spot. Both of those guys are splitting time right now that we're in full pads with the ones at right tackle, and going to kind of see who's going to take that job. This kind of next week or so for me, going to shuffle some pieces around. I want to see who can play what spots. Modern college football, guys are going to have to move around and play different positions, and trying to work some of the crossover work a little bit this week to get those guys kind of schooled up on that.
I feel like we're the most close-knit group on the team. I feel like the run game starts with us. Everything starts with us. The scoring starts with us, and I feel like we could just do it again like we did last year, the top rushing in the Southland Conference. Let me get back to that.
Because, again, this right here, okay, if we're in a game, right, this is it, man. This is really good. Okay, and, again, obviously he's playing really good ball for us on defense right now. If we can get our hat across here, Greg, like you're doing, and just strain, okay, we got a chance here. Okay, really good on the backside. Again, if I feel this, like he's really trying to cut across my face, I just get that hit inside hand, kind of turn yourself there, almost like a reverse e-brake, if you will, Greg, right? Motto of the group, got it on the hat. For us, we talk about being the gold standard. I get a lot of questions from people outside the program and recruits. I started this years ago when I first got into coaching. My dad was a former high school basketball coach and college basketball coach, and his teams always broke the huddle with all for one and one for all. And I grew up as a kid kind of idolizing that and thinking, man, how cool is that? Everybody's here for everybody. And I kind of wanted to put my own spin on something and create something that could be kind of the ethos of what I'm about as a coach and what we're about as a group. And we want to be the best of the best. We want to be the bar of which everything in this football program is measured, whether it's toughness, the weight room, academics, community service, and just what kind of person you are. And again, all those things. I've never had a kid that is focused on being elite in everything that he does that also doesn't equate to being an elite football player. And to me, that's something that these guys have bought into. That is obviously our creed as a room, and those guys love it. They're all about it.
The gold standard to everyone in the room is to be the best. You know, you don't go buy silver and be like, I got the best. You go and buy gold. That's the best. We're the gold standard. We're going to be the best every day.
Yeah, I love Coach Siegler. It's probably one of my best O-line coaches I've ever had. You know, he coaches us in detail, teaches us scheme, technique. You know, he wants us to be better, and he's a great coach.
And Coach Siegler, he a funny guy. He make meetings like, you know what I'm saying, funny, and you learning something in there while having fun. So it's really, he brings an identity to the O-line that we ain't ever had. Oh, this offensive line can be the best in the country. It can be the best in the Southland, in the country. We got everything we need. We got from starters to bench guys to rotation guys. We got everything.
We have goals of bringing it back to the Southland Conference Championship. McNeese is going to be great again. It's destiny, so we got it. That's our goal. At the end of the day, we work towards that every single day. So that's the goal.